I started thinking about Unreal Tournament 2004 again. I think it's because I was watching speedruns of Mirror's Edge, because that game's pretty badass. And I always loved the lighting in that game, in Mirror's Edge. And Unreal Tournament 2004 as well. But one of the video channels I was watching, I think they mentioned Mirror's Edge, and I started watching shit about it. One of the videos mentioned it being on Unreal Engine 3, and I think that's what got me down the track of thinking of Unreal Tournament 2004 again. Apparently, Epic Games made it free, basically. Like they told old Unreal, release the full games, we don't care. I guess that's what I ended up reading. I didn't even know about that. And but it doesn't seem like they have a 2003 installer. And I know a lot of people will say, 2004 is the same shit. And I still have somewhere, or I should have, my from back in the day Unreal Tournament 2004 ECE edition. It's like an extended community edition or whatever the fuck it is. And yeah, it comes with the 2003 shit, but like they're never exactly the same. And I guess you can play the 2003 tournament in the offline bot matches, and you can enable the 2003 type guns, but I don't know. It's not going to ever be exactly the same as a proper install. I don't know. Maybe I should try asking them about it myself. Back in the day, that was something else I was thinking about. I was, back in the day, I emailed Volition, back when they existed, like 2006 or whatever, wondering if there was ever going to be a port of Saints Row 1 to the PC. And they gave me basically they said it was an NDA, like they couldn't talk about it. And of course now they're folded, and different shit I've read says the source code doesn't exist, or it's like so terrible that it won't work, which, I mean, that's bullshit. But I love that they didn't do the patch when they totally could have, or the port. It's the only Saints Row game I care about. I bought Saints Row 2, that was a ripoff. I pirated 3, it sucked. And I don't know. I was just thinking about level design shit more so, but also watching some speed runs. One of the things that pisses me off with speed runs, they'll have the world record, or the WR, to mean world record in the video title. But then when it's not one anymore, they put former world record. And it's like, so you mean not world record, right, asshole? Like they just put the words there because they know people will find their shit looking for it. It's like, fuck you. All right? It's like it's not already hard enough to find shit. But yeah, I don't know. I had an idea with caffeine. So I didn't stop taking it entirely. I just, had a little bit here and there because I don't want to like totally, crash or whatever. But for the last week or so, I've had a lot less than I was taking. And I took a little bit tonight, kind of like I normally do. Like if I was going to go to the gym, really technically yesterday, I started, usually it's kicked in about now. I mean, well, like I start buzzing pretty much right away, and it like builds through the night or through the day or whatever. It kind of peaks about now. But for a long fucking time now, it kind of doesn't seem to matter how much caffeine I take. As soon as, or about now rolls around, I fall asleep, right? Like 10 p.m. or some bullshit. That's what happened this time. But when I woke up, I thought that, like, I wonder if maybe I've been taking too much. And, maybe it's like, all right, the supposed energy is kind of getting, overrun by the just, adrenal fatigue or whatever the fuck you want to call it. And I started out today, I took a quarter of a caffeine pill. But then a couple hours later, I took the rest of it. And then I had a little bit of caffeine indirectly through, like, a couple snacks and a bit of diet soda with caffeine in it, but not a whole lot. Maybe like 300 milligrams total. And, I'm wondering if now maybe that was too much, even, for now. And maybe I should have just did, the quarter caffeine pill. It's like 50 milligrams, and just seen how that was. Because I know several years back I didn't take near as much caffeine. And, a quarter caffeine pill, if, if I hadn't had caffeine for the weekend, for like my, Sunday night leading into the Monday workout, a quarter caffeine pill would usually have me kind of all over the place. So, yeah, I know to factor in tolerance and this and that, and I know I wasn't fully off, caffeine yet, but maybe I was down enough that even a quarter of a pill would have still been good enough. I don't know. But I've been, trying to lower the caffeine, kind of reset that. But that was something I really didn't fully think about until I woke up a minute ago. Was, this whole time, maybe it really is just too much, and kind of no matter what level I'm at, that seems to be predominating now. I don't know what changed exactly, but I've noticed my reaction to caffeine and actually just my overall energy level in general, kind of no matter what, whether I'm taking, any caffeine or not, is just way lower than it used to be. And I'm not exactly sure why. Because most of the other explanations don't really seem to be working, but whatever. I usually end up falling asleep when I would prefer to be awake, but at the same time, I'm just like, well, if I'm tired, clearly I need to sleep, so I might as well just get it when I can. Because any other time, if I need to be, if I want to sleep, I couldn't, or if I needed to be awake, I'd be fucking unable to keep my eyes open. But whatever. I mostly just have it here and there to kind of help amplify my enjoyment if I'm trying to play video games or some bullshit, just to try to relax a little bit, or just, if nothing else, just minimize, the fucking terrorism awareness or fucking whatever. Which, watching game reviews don't exactly help for that, because most of it's all just fucking political narrative bullshit. And yeah, sometimes it'll get the best of me and I'll do, my 5-paragraph comment on why you suck or whatever. And it's, it's founded on a basis of objective morality, but at the same time, they don't give a shit because, society is built in such a way that, being a psychopath only benefits you. So they don't care, because really anything benefits their stupid fucking channel. And of course they monetize shit, and I wouldn't even do that at all, but the way I see it is most of these channels, they got, 50,000, 100,000 subscribers, 50, 100,000 views a video, whatever. I'm not really meaningfully contributing to that, so it really doesn't matter. But, so actual proper video game reviews, even if you try to stick to those recommended videos, you go through those long enough, you're going to get the stupid, oh my god, they put a black character in my video game type of videos. And the more of those I watch, more out of boredom than anything. it just proves what I already knew, right? It's like if they race swap a character, that's not really what they're worried about, because if you look at the comments, they're making all these racial stereotype bullshit comments that they wouldn't be making if just retaining the character itself was really what they were worried about. And it is true when they say, yeah, I mean, if they whiteified a black character, you know, the other side would get mad about it, sure, but at the same time, if they whiteified a black character, those particular motherfuckers wouldn't say shit about it. And it's just stupid, because most of them wouldn't even count as white by the definition of motherfuckers who actually care about shit like that, like what defines whiteness. But that's kind of one of the nice things about old video games, is that a lot of that shit just didn't matter, like any which way on that. And I think that's part of why I thought of Mirror's Edge, because it kind of shows the difference to fucking like almost 20 years later. It's like back then you could have a modestly proportioned, like realistically hot looking Asian female protagonist in a Western video game, and nobody complained about it. They just played the fucking game and it was awesome, and that's it, right? And I don't know. I don't really wish the internet didn't exist. I guess I just wish normal facts never got a hold of it, because it's so objectively worse. And kind of what's interesting about the Mirror's Edge example is that game came out only like a year or two before the Anita Sarkeesian bullshit. Like, I remember when that was new, like tropes of women in games or fucking whatever. And just everything has just been so precipitous. And I wish video games could just be video games and who gives a fuck. But Mirror's Edge has some of the fucking most amazing lighting I've ever seen in a video game to this day. Like, literally fucking almost 2 decades afterwards, and they still can't do shit that looks that good. So of course EA has to bury the fucking franchise, and there was a sequel to it that I didn't even know about till I was watching videos, like just today. I guess because it really isn't anything like the original, so who gives a fuck? But there's a review I watched of Mirror's Edge, and the guy mentioned something in the review about liminal spaces, and I actually left a comment on that review, whoever it was, that it kind of made me think, made me realize him saying that I think Mirror's Edge not only like preempted, but kind of helped create the whole like liminal spaces fad. You remember that shit that was popular like about 5-ish years ago or whatever. I think stuff like that kind of started with games like that, because most of that liminal spaces stuff, it's like the fucking abandoned corporate, building, whatever the fuck it is, and it's like a hallway with lights, and like that's kind of like just it, right, or whatever. There's something about the levels in Mirror's Edge are really appealing, and it might have something to do with that. I mean, also the level design is phenomenal. The lighting's phenomenal. Pretty sure I had read back in the day they made a custom lighting, like renderer for that game. And it's been a huge inspiration on my mapping, for as long as it's been out, since day one, almost 20 fucking years. Most of the shit I've done is with Source Engine, but that was always my expertise more than anything, was the lighting. So that's something I always pay attention to. And yeah, if I can manage to make it work, I might try replaying Mirror's Edge again soon. Or if not, I've just been enjoying watching the speed runs of it. But yeah, I'm at 15 minutes, so I'm done with this one.